welcome, dear soul. What is teaching, supporting you? It seems like the divine is teaching and supporting you so much so right now, because yeah, actually those three cards also with the starseed card, it's like three cards talking about the same, and this is for me very intense energy. So whoever you are and whatever you're doing, it feels like the divine is really holding a space for you. It's really supporting you. Maybe you're a star child, maybe you resonated with this concept somehow, or maybe you started to pray and you found the spirituality awakening in you, and maybe you found a way to go into inwards within yourself and to talk to the divine. And this is like very beautiful energy for me of something that is supporting you. And on the other hand, something that is holding you back, from the cards I'm having here, I see that maybe there was a problem with boundaries. Actually, this card talks about something else, but in this context, I feel it's about boundaries. Maybe you didn't have strong boundaries in the past, and this is something that brought you to this Ten of Swords, which is like the depression, the end, and there's nothing worse than this card. So the only thing I could do was to rise above like the phoenix from the ashes. So on the one hand, you have like the lack of boundaries, but on the other hand, I feel with this card you've been a little bit stuck in your life. So maybe you've been surrounding yourself with these walls, and closing yourself in this kind of the tower, not allowing much of the energy to come to you. Maybe you've been grieving. For some of you, you've been grieving like loss of something. I'm feeling it was probably a relationship. This is something that was just too much for you. And this breakup, actually, for me, it giving me the vibe of the wheel of fortune, that it was something that needed to come. So even though you've been moaning after this loss, you've been feeling isolated, there was a chance for you to work on your boundaries, because maybe in the past you didn't have strong boundaries. And maybe this is now a chance for you, the divinely guided chance to evolve, and you are doing this. And with some of the cards, I'm also getting like, for some of you, maybe you've been struggling with addictions, and addictions doesn't have to necessarily be just substances. It can be also being addicted to toxic situation and toxic people. And maybe this is something you've been guided to walk away from, and somehow you are a little bit like missing those situations, because this was something you used to know, the only thing that you knew how to behave in, and somehow you are just right now feeling a little bit unsure where it all going. Or maybe the situation were actually the result of the lack of the boundaries that is being stated here. And for the things that been weighing you down, this somehow gives me the vibe of the family environment and family issues. And for some of you, I'm feeling like maybe things with the babies. Maybe you have babies, or you've been struggling to have the babies, or if you have babies, maybe that was occupying a lot of your time, a lot of your attention, and somehow you had trouble to find your balance in this situation, because you have been giving so much energy to that family life. Or maybe you've been, some of you, maybe you've been struggling to have a baby. So like fertility situation, and there was so much drama around that, so much fighting for that. And this, I feel that's some of this some of the situation were like anchoring you to one place, we're anchoring you in one particular energy, and that's been going on for quite a long time. And maybe you've also been dealing with a chaos in your everyday life. This is the vibe I'm getting with this card. So like more clarity, to bring more clarity in your life, your everyday life, because maybe with all the duties you had to do according to the family and to the babies, maybe it was something that made so much chaos in your life. this is like the message, overall message I'm getting from this layout. So what is awaiting you? I like this energy so much. I don't know even where to start. So it seems like this is like it's in a reverse, so it's like the Tower card, and the Tower card we have here before. So something has been changing drastically in your life, and you're asked to allow it to fall, because you are going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. But in order to do that, everything that is old needs to fall. So this is something you cannot avoid anymore, and you have to have this clarity about it. So I'm feeling that you are in the midst of realizing that there's nothing you can do anymore, and you need the things that are not serving you allowed to fall. And so at some point, maybe you are going to become this independent person that is alone, maybe for a moment. But you have the star card, so you come here as a star. So I read it very literally here. So you are becoming your own star. This is how I'm feeling it. So the star card is also about healing. It's also about a pregnancy for some of you were struggling to have a child. But I'm feeling that you're going to become your own star, your own North Star. This is the word that I'm hearing. And there's so much hope and good things coming your way. It's a strong indication, like a yes. So it's a big yes for some of you, whatever you have been asking for, because this is coming. And you've been also leaving a situation which was causing you this Nine of Swords, this depression, and you are now realizing that that was the only way to let it all go, to let it all end. And you were asked to make this first move, and you did that. You probably had to take a lot of courage to do that, but you did that. And what is awaiting you is all those mediumship abilities. And I like this so much. I see two heads joined with a third eye. So I take it like two messages at once. So you are either or two things, having those medium abilities, and this being also confirmed with this gift card. So you are definitely someone who has strong psychic abilities, and this is something that is gonna evolve. And this is a phase of your life where you're gonna use your intuition, use your abilities more, or maybe you're gonna develop this into something. And for some of you, I'm seeing two people that are connecting through the third eye. So this is for me like confirmation that you are meeting someone you're gonna have very strong connection with, very strong psychic connection. And this is gonna resonate only for a few of you, especially that with this last chapter that it's called What Cannot Be Avoided. The first card was the sexuality card. So for me, it's an indication of like a strong sexual attraction, strong sexual relationship. But this card it tells me it's not the way I see it, the way I feel it in this reading. It's not only about sexual encounter. It's actually something more towards a topic of sacred sexuality. So take it as it resonates, and you will know if it's for you. You will know if you felt calling toward that concept, if you felt guided to learn about it and how to use the sexual energy for healing and for other purposes, because the emotions are so high, are going to be so high with the supermoon. So it's like a super opportunity, super energy, something that is very rare. And those cards together for me, it's like confirmation that you are entering the phase of life where something very interesting is going to occur in your life, and this is you cannot avoid that. And I think with other cards that I've had here, so you still need to practice a little bit on your healing, You need to practice and work on some of your fears. Maybe there are still fears inside of you that you need to look upon, and for some of you it's not going to resonate. Maybe it's just for one or two people. This card for me, even though it's called the Moon in original tarot, this card for me in this deck signifies a twin flame or a mirrored soul collection, because you can see how those images are mirroring each other. And also combined with the Six of Cups, it tells me that there's someone from your future that you're gonna get a message from, and this is something that cannot be avoided. Because you're definitely being connected to someone, because there's balance brought to the situation, and in your whole entire reading there's a balance going to be brought to the situation, to this success, because there's a success, so there's a progression, there is a cooperation. And I like this so much, that you are like in this overall energy, leaving behind something that was weighing you down so much, leaving the toxicity, making changes, clearing your space, and connecting to the divine. I feel it so strongly. This is overall a very strong energy for me. Feels really majestic, feels really strong. So there's a huge shift occurring in your life, and I like it so much. I like the energy. And what I've also noticed is, strangely enough, the supporting side, it's here indicated more like from the masculine energy, and the weighing down side is more about the female, the repressed female energy, and also talking like about the repressed feminine energy. So take it as it resonates, but maybe there's still a little bit imbalance between the two energies of the two sides, or two people around you, in you. Just be aware of that. Maybe there's still a little more work to be done concerning the female inside of you. So like open up to the femininity inside of you. Doesn't matter whether you're a man or a female, but you've been supported with the divine. So the call generally is to ask, to use your intuition, to use your gifts, because you've been given many gifts in this lifetime. And I can see that there was this struggle with the depression. I can see there was this struggle with leaving a situation behind, but you know now with this Ace of Swords that was the only way, and you are proceeding now from this point forwards. And what I see coming up your way is something very interesting with the sexuality and the full super moon card. So I hope this message found you and helped you, and it give you hope. And thank you so much for sharing, liking, and subscribing. I'm so happy and grateful for each and one of you, and till the next time. This is Agape from Ante Agape, and I have a very specific and long reading for you today. I tried to get as deep as I could within these cards. And so your overall energy is the one with innocence, and you're also placed here like child. So I feel you have this childlike energy, and you are coming out from this place of being innocent, being pure, and being like childlike perspective, maybe a little bit naive. And this is strongly confirmed by the Fool card. So the Fool card and the Child card tells me that you're either entering a new phase of your life, and probably are having this childlike energy, which is also an energy of a new beginning, of starting anew. So I like this vibe so much. And you are also pictured here like a gift. So maybe you have many gifts or talents. This is how I'm picking it up right now. Or you are just a gift to the world, someone very gifted, someone very abundant, but somehow with this Fool card and the other tarot cards that I pulled out, it's maybe you have some problems from the past that you've been struggling with, and it's like a mental prison maybe at some point, and that's going to reappear in other areas as well, in other cards. So maybe with this Fool card you are now exiting a period in your life when you feel like you needed to struggle a lot, and you're kind of going inwards, finding this child energy inside of you, or being guided by this inner child of yours from the perspective of things that loves you, likes you, and supports you. It seems like kind of male energy is supporting you, so take it as it resonates, whether it's your healed internal masculine or you have the support from the masculine generally, and the support from the family. Something like this is reappearing here. However, it was after a period of change, a drastic change, and with the birth card, it's strongly repeated that you've been reborn. So something in you has been reborn, and now you feel more supported by your inner masculine or just by masculines in your family. And this is the card talking about the house, home, environment, family, and also sexuality. And the sexuality, meaning in this term, it's like confirmed for me, especially if that's been confirmed in other areas. So I'm going to go into that. So maybe you are getting a comfort in whatever you're doing in your daily life.